I'm Clifford L Marshall II, and welcome to another episode of Impacting Lives That Impact the World. Hi, I have the pleasure of having one of my dear friends, also a mentor to me, and also an individual who has been doing character education as well as social education. And this gentleman has been in the education field for a number of years, but even before he came back into the education field, he had a very, very long history as an entrepreneur, and I'm so happy to have him here. A good friend of mine, Mr. Eugene Adams.
All right, great.
Hey,
great to be here.
So thanks for coming.
Clifford, nice.
So listen, let's talk about your educational background, because I remember you telling me that when you graduated, you got into the education field, but then you went to entrepreneurship.
Right.
Just tell the audience exactly how that all.
Well, like a lot of young people coming out of graduate school, I didn't know quite what to do, and didn't know what my options were, what type of choices really were out there. But I did meet someone who put me in contact with an individual at the New School for Social Research at that time. And they were developing a new research program, and they needed a team. And a woman who I had met recommended me. And I really wasn't that familiar with the New School. And I went for the interview and got the job as a research associate. And fundamentally, we were developing research projects, going out, collecting data, doing interviews, compiling the data, making analysis. And it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot.
And how many years did you?
I was only there for maybe a couple of years. And then from there, my background, along with having graduated from Columbia University graduate school, was in photography. It was a hobby I picked up in high school, really crafted during my undergraduate years, fell in love with it, and by the time I finished graduate school at Columbia, I knew that I wanted to fit photography somewhere into my program. And after working at the New School for a year and a half or so, I realized that I wanted to get into photography full-time as an entrepreneur.
Now, you then came right back into education.
Right.
After all those years.
Right.
But you didn't just come back into any type of education. You came back because you really wanted to make an impact with young people.
Well, yeah, I had always worked with young people. I never had a platform. I didn't come out of school saying, well, I'm going to be an educator. I didn't come out of school saying I was going to be very much of anything. I just knew that as an individual, as a young person at that time, I knew that I had a responsibility to be involved and engaged with young people in our communities. We're talking now about the early 1980s, the unrolling of the crack epidemic, a lot of the issues that were coming out of that were impacting our families. We're talking about the people really began to highlight and look at the issues confronting black males, specifically black boys, rites of passage programs. So I knew I needed to be involved. And at that particular time, I got involved. And one of the areas I got involved in through my communication skills and media skills was the area of black adoption and foster care, which in doing so, I became so much aware of thousands upon thousands of black and Latino and other children that were locked away in the system. And I became an advocate using my technology and photography skills to inform the public and to get people involved in adoption or foster care, or just beginning to question some of the issues. And through that work, I was asked to do a workshop at Baruch College by one of the professors in the Black and Hispanic Studies program. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll talk to young people, college students. And I went in, had a very engaging workshop with college students about the need for young people to get involved and know about foster care and adoption. There were changes taking place in foster care and adoption, whereas at one time, single men or women couldn't adopt. We had worked hard to change those laws and those rules, so now individuals, single people could adopt. At one time, if you want public assistance, you couldn't adopt or become a foster parent. So we changed those rules, and it was, so we're trying to get people to get involved. And after that experience, about a couple weeks later, the professor called and asked if I would come in and possibly teach a course during the summer. And I was maybe 25 or so, maybe 26 almost. And I went down and started teaching. So I became very well aware of how dimensional and how complicated in many ways the issues confronting young people in New York City were around education, both at the university level, kids who are in systems such as the foster care system, and then of course young people who are impacted by the Department of Education. Education is not about a job at the end of the day. Education is about choice, the ability to have other alternatives besides what the hood or what the streets offer. Get involved with the other issues that are going on. The issue of black on black, black on Latino, Latino on black murder and crime. We're here at an educational conference, but me, I'm the gumbo man. I just throw everything into the pot at one time because everything relates to me. What he said about power concedes nothing without a demand was always important. But I think with life experience, this little quote here seemed to hit me very hard because it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And how many of us know broken men?
Okay, so it sounds like you never actually even left the realm of education. You just it was always there on the side, even though you were doing your photography full time. And I never considered myself an educator. I still don't. Okay. I just happened to see that there were some areas and some gaps that my particular perspective and skill sets could make some impact. I never carried a moniker, well, I'm an educator. I've never taken an educational course. I never went to school to be an educator. I think that all of us have a responsibility to be a part of the educational process. Well, I know that now you are in the education field,
right?
Full time.
Long time.
At Bronx Community College, you are the director of collaborative education. Right. Just kind of explain what that all means, collaborative education.
Okay. Well, and I think within the so-called field of education, this was the one that would best fit me. As an individual who came from a background in entrepreneurship, who had worked with various types of organizations, who had saw that there was a role in education for everyone. Collaborative education is a natural fit for me because now my job at Bronx Community College is to bring in partners, is to bring people in to the table who can help have an impact on improving education. So what we do is create networks of individuals who are from the public educational school system, who are from community-based organizations, artists, entrepreneurs. Everyone should have a voice in how we define and execute education.
This has been fantastic. Oh, as usual. No problem. Let the audience know that there may be someone out there who has an idea and they want to collaborate. So give them your information, where they can reach you, how they can reach you, and see if they can probably come into your network and maybe they can offer something.
We're always looking for what I consider unusual people who bring forward very, very unusual and creative ideas. So if they want to contact me, I'm Eugene Adams at Bronx Community College, Director of Collaborative Education Programs. You can reach me easiest at my email, which is eugene.adams@bcc.cuny.edu. So that's Eugene, EUGENE.Adams, ADAMS, @bcc.cuny.edu. And we look forward to hearing from you and dialoguing with you and hopefully sitting down and talking about what we can do together.
Great job.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks a lot, brother.
No problem at all.